everyone, my name is Jaclyn and today I'm going to be talking about why we should set screen time limits and the negative effects that happens if we don't. Imagine a world where everyone around you is constantly staring down at their screens. People walking, driving, and even sitting in cafes, their heads down, glued to their devices. This isn't a futuristic dystopia, it's the reality of today. As technology advances, we are more connected than ever before. We rely on screens for work, entertainment, and communication. But this constant screen time comes with significant drawbacks that impact our health, productivity, and relationships. As screen time continues to increase in our daily lives, it's important to recognize the effects it has on our physical and mental well-being. If you or someone you know spends hours in front of a screen each day, this issue directly affects you. Based on my research, I've gathered information from reputable sources such as the American Academy of Pediatrics, the National Institutes of Health, and various psychological studies. These sources provide clear evidence supporting the needs for limits on screen time. Today, I will discuss the three main reasons why limiting screen time is essential: the negative effects it has on our bodies and minds, the impact on social relationships, and the loss of productivity and creativity. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, excessive screen time has been linked to eye strain, poor posture, and sleep disturbances. The blue light emitted by screens interferes with the productivity of melatonin, which is a hormone that regulates sleep. Studies show that individuals who spend more than 3 hours a day on screens are more likely to have difficulty falling asleep and experience poor sleep quality. Furthermore, the sedentary lifestyle associated with screen time leads to obesity. The Center of Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, states that children and adults who spend more time on screens are more likely to suffer from obesity and related conditions such as heart disease and diabetes. Research published by the National Institutes of Health, the NIH, indicates the prolonged screen time, especially on social media, increases the risk of anxiety and depression. Social comparison, cyberbullying, and the pressure to be constantly connected can negatively affect mental health. In a study published by the American Psychological Association, nearly 60% of teens reported feeling stressed from being online all the time, leading to increased rates of depression and isolation. Dr. Sherry Turkle, a professor at MIT and author of Alone Together, writes that as we engage more with screens, we engage less with people. She argues that digital communication cannot replace the depth of in-person interactions. A survey by the Pew Research Center found that 50% of parents believe their children spend too much time on screen and, as a result, have fewer meaningful face-to-face interactions with others. This leads to weakened emotional connections and a sense of loneliness. Families who spend too much time on their devices tend to have less quality time together. According to a study from the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships, families who use screens during meals or family gatherings report lower levels of satisfaction in their relationships. By setting screen time limits, families can establish meaningful connections and strengthen their bonds. Dr. Elizabeth Englander, a psychologist, advises families to designate screen-free times to improve communication and family relationships. And according to a report by the Harvard Business Review, workers who spend less time on screens are more focused, effective, and efficient in their tasks. Constant distractions from social media and emails hinder the ability to concentrate and produce higher quality research. Research from Stanford University shows that taking regular breaks from screens and engaging in physical activity improves cognitive function and helps people stay productive. Creativity thrives when we allow ourselves to give our brains a rest from constant digital input. A study from the University of Kansas found that participants who spent more time outdoors, away from screens, showed increased creativity and problem-solving tasks. In conclusion, limiting screen time is not just about reducing our exposure to technology, but improving our physical and mental well-being, strengthening our relationships, and boosting our productivity and creativity. We have the power to reclaim our time, our health, and our connections by simply setting boundaries for screen use. So, I urge you to consider the consequences of excessive screen time. By taking action now to limit our daily exposure to screens, we can create healthier, more meaningful lives. Start by setting screen-free zones and times and encourage others to join you in this essential effort for your better well-being in a more connected world. Thank you.